Everyone, it's Mrs. Burdick, the reading coach. I want to share a read aloud with you again today. And as I do the read aloud, and it is The Three Little Pigs and the Somewhat Bad Wolf by Mark Teague, I want you to think about the characters that are in this selection. And as I read, I want you to think about all of them, but I want you to kind of pick one out. And I want you to think about the character traits that I actually read about in the text. Like you could actually tell me on this page, you read this. That's actually in the text. But then I also want you to think about traits that you can infer. That means it might not have been written out in the text, but because of the actions of the character, or maybe what other people were saying or doing about or with that character, you can infer some traits. The other thing I want you to do is, since this is a familiar title right here, The Three Little Pigs, I want you to compare it to another Three Little Pigs story that you might know. Now remember, this is The Three Little Pigs and the Somewhat Bad Wolf. But you might know, or maybe you've had read, or maybe you have the book at your house, another Three Little Pigs story. Compare the two and see how they are alike and how they're different. And you can share that with us with your packet of work that you'll be taking back to school next week. Or if an adult at your house wants to take a picture of some work that you do, go ahead and post that on Paget Prideland's Facebook page, or again, bring it right back up to school when you bring up your packet of work. All right, let's get to this selection. Again, it's the Three Little Pigs and the Somewhat Bad Wolf by Mark Teague. Once there were three little pigs. They lived on a farm as most pigs do, and were happy as most pigs are. Then one day, the farmer told them that he and his wife were moving to Florida. He paid the pigs for their good work and sent them on their way. "Let's buy potato chips," said the first pig. "Let's buy sody pop," said the second pig. "Let's buy building supplies," said the third big pig, who was altogether un-pig-like. Reluctantly, the others agreed. The first pig decided to build a straw house. Since straw is cheap, he had plenty of money left over for potato chips. The second pig decided to build a stick house. Sticks are practically free, so he had lots of money left over for sody pop. The third pig decided to build a brick house. She spent all of her money on bricks and mortar, but the man at the hardware store gave her a sandwich. Soon the straw house was finished. It was dusty and musty, but the first pig did not mind. He rocked in his hammock and ate potato chips. Soon after that, the stick house was done. It was small and there was no room for a bathtub, but the second pig did not mind. He took a mud bath and drank soda pop. Brick by brick, the third pig worked on her house. Sometimes the other pigs would come by to watch. They had a wonderful time. Finally, the brick house was finished. It was big and beautiful and strong. The third pig was very happy. She filled a basket with vegetables from her own garden. The next day, a wolf came to town. He was very hungry and somewhat bad. He went to a donut shop, but it was closed. He went to a hot dog stand, but it was locked. Finally, he went to a pizza parlor, but he wasn't allowed in. He left in a very bad mood. Soon he came to a straw house. It smelled like pig. I like pig, he said, not in a friendly way. He banged on the door. "Who is it?" called the first pig. The wolf said, "Open up, or I'll blow your house down." "I think the door is stuck," said the pig. So the wolf huffed and he puffed, and he blew that house down. "I can't believe that worked," he said. He had never blown a house down before. Quickly, the first pig got on his scooter and he sped away. The wolf moved on, hungry but confident. He came to another house, this one built of sticks. "Same piggy smell," he said, and he knocked on the door. "Who is it?" called the second pig. "Wolf, open up or I'll blow your house down." "Trust me," he added, "I've done it before." "I think the door is jammed," said the pig. So the wolf took an enormous breath and he huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down. "I'm amazed that works," he said. Meanwhile, pig number two got on his bike and rode away. The wolf was still hungry, very, very hungry. The hungry wolf came to a beautiful brick house. He noticed a familiar scooter and bicycle, and the house reeked of pig. The somewhat bad wolf rang the doorbell. "Who is it?" called the pigs. "The wolf, open up or I'll blow this house down." "Oh no," said the pigs, "not now. We are watching our favorite show." The starving wolf took a humongous breath and he huffed and he puffed and he huff puffed and puff huff puffed and huffy puff huffed. After the huffing and puffing stopped, the third pig said, "Do you think he's still out there?" The three pigs looked through the window and saw the wolf collapsed on the lawn. "Look at that poor guy," said the first pig. "He's exhausted. Maybe he needs some potato chips." The second pig added, "And some sody pop." The three pigs revived the wolf with some smelling salts and invited him in. The somewhat bad wolf was embarrassed. "I was so hungry I could not think straight." "Have a potato chip," said the first pig. "Have a sody pop," said the second pig. "Never mind that stuff," said the third pig. "Dinner is almost ready." Since their houses were wrecked, the first two pigs moved in with the third pig. "My house has rules," she said. She made them clean their rooms before they went out to play. The wolf stayed too, but there was no more huffing and puffing, and he was hardly ever bad again. The end. All right, boys and girls, and adults in the house. Remember, when you're doing a read aloud or your student is reading at home, think about the characters in the selection and think about the traits that are right there in the text and the traits that you can infer. It helps to get a better understanding of what we've read. Also, another way is to make those connections to previous stories. So I know that this one is a little different from the classic, The Three Little Pigs. So I could compare what the characters were like in both, what happened to everybody in both, that's the action, and then how they all ended. Now, keep on reading. And remember, if you do any of the graphic organizers, take a pic and upload onto Paget Pride Land's Facebook page. Remember, that's the adult's job. And boys and girls, you can have it on a piece of paper and add it to your packet of work that you will be bringing to school. All right. Thank you for listening to another one of our stories, and I will see you next time. This is Mrs. Burdick out.